Alright, I think we're live now, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone who may be tuning in now, or eventually, or whenever. So, today we've got TFLN against L86. So, TFLN being the second team of the Task Force Kraken banner, Task Force Leviathan being the completely alternate team, the completely alternate fleet, but still underneath the task force name. And L86 being, as far as I'm aware, mostly Europeans, who I've had experience going against with it before. In like Diamond Cup was a good example where I got to guest play for Joker Nord. But today we are going to be watching this game between them, and with the Diamond League Season 3 current rule set and everything, there is one airstrike ship available, as well as 2 radars. It is 77. Here, I'll actually write it down just so everyone can keep track. So we have 77 on 1 airstrike ship, 2 radars, and we also have a 3 class limit. So what that basically means is if you have you cannot bring more than 3 battleships, 3 destroyers, or 3 cruisers. So if you oh man, resizing is crazy. So this first one here is going to be on the hotspot map. So hotspot, at least with a lot of the spawns and everything, it tends to be a bit more everyone spawning over towards C. So you'll usually, at least depending on what you have, if you have 3 destroyers, let's say for example, you have 3 destroyers, 2 battleships, and 2 cruisers, majority of the time, at least with what I've seen, is you'll have a destroy. You'll have. Oh, let me. Oh, reset. At least as far as what I've seen with a lot of it, you'll have a lot of. Gotta go down and find my icons. I will use these, whatever. You'll have a destroyer, cruiser. Okay, that's a bit too small. Don't worry about it, man.
Probably should also mention that it's catchy with 1 premium allowed.
Oh, thank you. Yep, you're completely right. So, 1 premium allowed, and it's also tier 7. So, basically what this is going to mean and how it's going to play out for a majority of this is you can bring, if you want to, you can bring a Haida, you can bring a Inamura, you can bring a something along those lines, but it's it's going to count as your 1 premium, so you got to be really tactful and careful of what this premium is that you want to bring. And at least on hotspot, with what I've seen in a lot of scrims and testing so far and everything, is the generally, for the most part, hotspot is a pretty aggressive map. Whoever is able
Indeed.
to get aggressive and be able to actually get it to stick and work is generally going to win. So it means that over here on the seaside, at least with what I've seen so far and everything, generally you're going to have this be a destroyer, cruiser, battleship cap. Generally speaking, we should see 3-2-2 as the lineups here. So you'll probably have a destroyer versus destroyer engagement here in middle. You'll likely have each destroyer playing out on. Oh, that's not what we're going for. I don't want to send to backbeats. This isn't the background. But anyways, so it's likely going to be, these are likely where the DDs are going to be for north and south. They're probably just going to go out here and fight each other. Cruisers are generally going to be on this island. Or potentially you could see, at least on the north side here on C, you could see the cruiser up here and the battleship actually play this island, depending on what kind of battleship it is. If it's a Hawk or a Vanguard or a Veneto or something like that, you can see it actually park and disrupt there. Over here on the B side, generally you can either see one of 2 things. Either the cruiser is actually going to play the cap here and potentially even make it to this island, or don't want to do that, or they're going to play over here on the flank. Generally, they're going to do one of the 2. So Oh, Smoke, let me send you the links. I totally forgot to send you the links.
I'll just watch your Discord stream.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll just do that then. So, at least looking at it so far and everything, generally speaking, or if the cruiser goes out and plays the flank, the battleship will generally play on cap here and everything. So it also depends on how you're looking on each spawn as well, because South does get generally better spawns on this map, because on C, if you put your cruiser on C, this guy is basically untouchable unless if you send a battleship all the way out on the flank, or if you go really deep on him. Versus on the C side, if you put a cruiser here, and you have a battleship sitting like here, and a DD sitting here to pressure, and put zoning pressure on this guy, right? Basically, you're gonna have someone looking at this guy from over here, and also, oh, okay, cool. That's not what I meant to put. Cool. And generally, the other point that you'll see is you're basically creating a big crossfire here between zoning torps and potentially if you put, like, if this is an Osborne, for example, the AP pressure they can put out, or if it's a Fantas is another good option, where Osborne does have more AP pen at closer range, but at farther range, I believe that Fantastic has better AP performance and AP pen. So if you put like a L86 up here, for example, it's gonna have a really rough time because that rate. Sure, the 11-7 radar is kind of just Jesus on this map, but if you aren't really able to actually utilize the pressure from this cruiser in general, you're generally gonna struggle. So at least with a lot of what we're going to see on this map is generally speaking, we'll see the south side will likely win C, and the north side will have to put a lot of their eggs in their basket on B. So if you get that and it's a dynamic map in C and the lower side of C wins, generally this destroyer will die. Cruiser potentially will die, but we'll just say for example all three of these guys die. So it flips the map almost on its head, and you're playing for basically from one side of the map to the other at this point. You're just drawing the map in half, and you're saying this over here on this north side would be the north side, and then the south is playing for these two. So, and it just becomes quite a bit of a brawl here in the middle, and it becomes basically and generally when it comes down to this and everything, whoever controls B is going to do better, because if you can have spotting pressure with your 2DEs and you can park your cruiser and battleship in this cap and be able to lob these islands sufficiently and everything, you're going to be able to output a lot of pressure, and it'll be really hard for them to put pressure on you. But if you lose the spotting advantage, for example, it makes it extremely difficult. So it depends on how each side gets played and how each side basically gets rolled early, or if they don't get rolled early, or how it exactly goes. So we will see when it comes to all that. But it's very much a case of just it's a very dynamic map. So with that being said, the first two maps are going to be on hotspot. Going to spawn on each spawn. Whoever team one, I forget if team one's north or south, but Leviathan is going to spawn, for example, on one side, then spawn on the other. Same with the L86. And should we get them to tie on hotspot on the first map here, we will get them to go on to Islands of Ice here, or Islands of Cringe. One of the worst maps in the game, but isn't the worst when it comes to comp. It's just kind of rough. And especially when you're looking for which premium is going to do what, generally on hotspot, your premium is, I mean, generally on a hotspot, your premium can actually be any of the three. You can have it be a Pravorny, you can have it be a, well, generally, if you're going to have it be a destroyer on your first map, it's probably going to be a Pravorny or something like that, something that's a super tanky destroyer. Something that's a cruiser, for example, a premium cruiser. Could be something like a Nottingham to go and lock down B, especially with the Nottingham changes that came a few patches ago. Really good cruiser at actually doing that now. And if you're going to have a battleship, it's likely going to be a tanky battleship to be able to play for one of these caps. So something like a Rodney, an Anhalt, a Lenin, something along those lines. Or if you're, I mean, Plymouth also works as a cruiser on here, but so Hotspot is pretty dynamic versus with Islands Vice. It seems to be pretty standard. You're going to bring a premium high DPM cruiser. So whether that's a Belfast 43, a Mainz CE, Bayard, AL Chapayev, something along those lines, something with high DPM output that you can bring as a premium cruiser. So that's likely what's going to be on this map. So
it's probably also more likely it's going to be a smoke strat people bring because it's a bit of an open map.
Yeah.
So smoke strats are really viable on it.
Yep. So, I mean, at least if you're going to expect to see a smoke strat on this map, it would likely be something like Fletcher. I feel like almost certainly would be on the table. You can probably bring an Osborne as well to be able to. You can put a smoke behind it, and it also takes up one of the radar spots. So you don't have to rely on your. Let's say if you wanted to bring a Mines instead of an Chapayev, you aren't worrying about a radar disadvantage. So Osborne and then that third destroyer, kind of can be whatever you want it to be, because at least with what it seems is you can put if you have a destroyer on A and B able to output smokes and everything, or even have the smoke on A and C, and you just have something that's able to stall B forever. So I mean, like something like a Kunivarti, or something along those lines would be really good in this role. But it's kind of just, and then we've talked about that DPM cruiser, and then the other cruiser. I mean, I'd imagine we'd probably see a Harlem on this map, because if you can put a Harlem in B, the Harlem can kind of just hold B for a long time and output a lot of pressure. So at least with what we've seen a lot in scrims and in testing, this is Islands Vice is generally a one battleship map. If they bring two, generally you're losing too much pressure with your cruisers. So, yep, we'll see how.
Are the games going to start?
It's going to start in about a minute. So, with that being said, we will jump into. We'll hop on with Schmitty's POV first here. So we do have everyone in the room, and we see Schmitty is going to be bringing out the black with a 16-4 Ernest Evans on board. Let's take a look at the L86 POV. We're bringing Osborne with Watson Amelia, so I'm guessing that's probably a Vincent Mordoff 16-4 Osborne, because you can put Mordoff, you can put what's it called? Geysers on Mordoff, and you can't. Or, well, not that you can't. It could be Ernest King, or not Ernest King, but Evans as well, I guess. I forgot that you can actually put Geysers on Evans. We'll just ignore that. And then a 16-4 Robin Le Fantasque as well for Task Force Leviathan. So, I'll stay along with Schmitty's POV here for the moment.
So, like, it's going to be for middle?
Yeah, for sure. So, at least with having the Fanta on this first map is definitely for you to play middle.
Oh.
So now we see Leviathan bringing Fletcher, Fantasque, Black, Harlem, Cleveland, Veneto, Vanguard, and L86 bringing Lightning, Z23. Here, let me pause this if I can. Pause. Yeah. So, let me go back to Schmitty's POV. So I paused it here for the second. So Fletcher, Fanta, Black B. So it's gonna be Fletcher and Black almost certainly on the flanks.
A Borodino.
And L86 gonna bring Lightning Z23 Osborne. So Lightning Z23 is a little rough. That's a little bit better cap pressure, but in terms of being able to actually control the map and control the flanks, it's gonna be really, really rough for them against. Especially if they have the Osborne play middle, they're not gonna have a radar on either cap, and it's just gonna be the Osborne versus Fanta. And which is actually a pretty even fight there. So, and Hawk, Nebraska, Borodino that's interesting. I don't know how that's gonna work, but
I don't see why they'll pick a Borodino over a Constellation though. Borodino's not, because with this ship lineup, it seems they want the BBs to be more aggressive, and if that's the case, a Constellation is better than Borodino. A lot better.
I don't know, maybe they just want to just sit and be tanky.
No, I doubt that. Like, on this map, like, they're definitely going place their BBs more aggressively on a map like this. And so Borodino is
So
not
we actually
that great
see
for that.
Wins is actually going to be playing for the flank here. So it appears, so Schmitty spawned over on the seaside. So they're going to have Black play the seaside. Fletcher is going to play middle, and they're going to have Fantastic actually go on the flank on B. That might just be because of the fact they don't want to move around ships, I guess. And at least with Schmitty here, we see that he is, with him running Evans, he has 3 radars and 2 smoke screens, which means that he is... Oh, he's actually running Perceptive. Okay, never mind. So he's taking Perceptive and he's not taking
Actually,
either unique skills.
They had good spawns here. Sometimes when the spawns happen, the BB spawns middle and C side, and that's pretty bad for BB spawns. But no, it's middle and B side, so that's pretty good for TFLN.
Yeah, and L86, we have their POV over here of the Osborne that's going to be playing the B flank. And it looks like that battleship from L86 is going to move over and contest B. And the one that contested, or that spawned over here at B is actually going to play over here on the B side. And we see that ping on the minimap. So Skyline does know that there's some sort of ship over here on this island. Nebraska gets spotted early. I'd expect to see an early radar here probably from the Osborne. So, because he doesn't need Perceptive, all he needs is... Yep, and that DD is right on the edge of his concealment. Gets spotted, takes a fight with Fanta. And that's a real boost from the Fanta here. Gosh, that HE hit... Oh, he's using AP right now. The AP hits so hard from Osborne. Wynn's still trying to blind fire him, losing a little bit more HP than he probably should be here. He's going to stay spotted by that Nebraska. And TFLN able to get the B cap absolutely for free here at the beginning. Fanta loses half HP for this trade, and Osborne is still 15.4k. And we'll go to Wynn's POV real quick just to see how much that he's at. He takes a little bit more damage as well, so he's down to just about 7k HP. And that, I'm not exactly sure how good of a trade that really was, but TFLN playing for the Caps early here.
Should have played more cautiously.
Absolutely. But TFLN able to get the B cap early, and they are contesting C at the moment, so we're going to go over to Schmei's POV and see what's happening over here on the C side. So, just looking here for a second.
It's not looking too good for L86, because they have all this HP, but they're playing them passively, so I don't know what their intention is.
Schmitty having to play really careful because of that Amalfi there, but, I mean, I agree with you. Like, if we go back to L86 POV and we look at the minimap here, here, let me go to... So if we actually look at the minimap here and everything, the battleship, the way that they have their battleships positioned, they have a lot of HP to be able to trade well and kind of outlive trades with and everything, but they're not actually playing for any caps at the moment, so they're not doing anything with this HP on the board, and they're down 2 caps now, and they're just going to go deeper and deeper and deeper in the hole the longer this stays like this. So
yeah, I think the best thing for TFLN, because I'm sure they know that the BBs are playing passively because they all last spotted playing kind of far back. So they have the cap advantage, and so it's best they just try and find a way to defend it as best as they can.
We'll go back to POV to get what information we can from the minimap. So yeah, TFLN know that basically the only one that's actually actively trying to play the game from L86 is that one on B. So a little bit of a tough
he is kind of pushing up alone. What cruiser is he pushing though?
What are you talking about?
The L86 BB on B. What cruiser is he pushing?
I'm not exactly sure. So they do burn the Osborne radar. They're able to get a bit more hits in. So Wins absolutely cannot take this fight anymore. Not a chance that he can take this fight. Nice lag.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Like, they had the cap advantage, so there's no reason for Wins to play or to have any aggressiveness really at all.
Yeah, so Wins with 2.1k HP. I mean, that's basically a single salvo from the Osborne with how good of damage output the Osborne has. That's a single salvo. So, Lightning goes down to Schmitty.
Oh yeah, their lightning died.
Oh
yeah. Right now TFN
slam.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Schmidt has something for
I don't understand
twerping
it.
DDs in
Schmitty, every
black.
single tournament, every single time I watch him, he hits zoners on DDs. And he's gonna hit. Is he gonna hit one on Amalfi? Not quite.
Dude,
So,
it is even more so when he plays black. There's just something with black and Schmidt. He just hits all the twerps and DDs, man.
I
don't know what it is.
Darn. So they are contesting on the B cap, and I wish that we did have a good let me see if are we looking at the B cap with either of these guys. It doesn't really appear so, but this cruiser, which what was it over on Schmitty's side? I think Schmitty has the Cleveland with him. So oh crap, I don't remember what they brought. Is there other I think it's a Harlem if I remember correctly. So I think it's Harlem and whatever this battleship is on that's like deep on B. Yeah, L86 seeing that they're kind of getting rolled on the C side, so they're gonna try to make a hard play for B here. Skyline does know that he can catch the Fanta with this radar if he wants to. He saw that ping on the minimap. But electing to kind of just chill here. Yep, it's Harlem. It's Teddy in the Harlem against... Did not exactly see what battleship that is that's rushing him. If you did. I didn't, so I don't know. Well, whatever that
yeah, this is what I mean. Like,
chunk.
This is what I was worried about because TFLN, they got a cap bench early, and so they needed to take better, more defensive positions for early, but they didn't do that.
So Camaro
and so then they're kind of crumbling.
Use the smoke and get out of there. But so it's basically just going to be Teddy just alone against this battleship, and Skyline actually going to open up and try to output some pressure here. Let's see what Wins is doing right now. I'm a little... So he's looking at this Osborne. He wants to make... He looks like he wants to output some pressure, but he just knows that he's just too low. Nebraska did just take a shot, so if he was going to take an opportunity to really boost the Osborne, it would have been right now, but just not the time.
I think Schmidt is off to support middle, it seems.
It looks as if that's the case. So Hawk is still very healthy, actually, for L86. Going to sit here on the C cap. Takes 0 damage from that battleship salvo. Oh, down goes Borodino. Borodino was... Wait. Borodino was rushing a Harlem?
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Like, why did he pick a Borodino? Like, it's not an aggressive boat. It is horribly aggressively, and yet that's what they chose. A Constellation would have been a lot better, especially since it has torps.
It has torps, and it also has, what, 51 mil midsection, so it can actually withstand a Harlem really well, versus Borodino just gets absolutely just bent over.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and also, oh my goodness, this Nebraska is about to eat so much damage from this Harlem. Here we go. Let's see. Not as much as I was expecting, only like 12 to 13k. Let's take a look. It appears that Skyline is just going to try to just delete this Fanta real quick. Nice aim, bud. All right, here we go. Yeah, should be just salvos. Yep. Wins is going to get a bit more damage.
That's really quite something, because L86 bought all this HPO's BBs, didn't use it to contest caps, and so early on, TFLN got the caps, and now they'll feel too pressured to try and do something, so they're kind of fucking up.
So it appears that at least Skyline here is running Final Stand, so he does have a lot of damage output to play with here. But it's just, he's just not going to be able to do enough. He's just not going to.
Yeah, they charge in recklessly because they got desperate to try and gain back cap control.
Yeah. So down goes Nebraska over here, so it's just the Osborne over here, and if we look at the other side of the map, the Hawk is... Wait, Schmei's running Torp mod? Okay, that
makes sense.
I mean, fair enough, I guess. But this cruiser's low. Hawk is just about 2/3 HP. Looks like that Amalfi's going to go down. He said on what appears to be double perm fire. He's able to get the Cleveland, but the Cleveland gets him in return, and this might just dev strike this Hawk. Not quite.
Yeah, they're pushing so recklessly. Like, it's such an ununified push because they just feel so desperate to gain back cap control, and so they'll just...
now.
They're
So,
just
yep.
throwing their lives away.
We'll go back to Osborne. I didn't even notice. Apparently, Skyline lost all of his HP to play
Yeah, what
with.
happened to him? What?
I don't know. Slammed by Harlem, I guess. But so now it's just Leviathan on 912 points, 2 of the caps. They don't really need to do much of anything. It's just, yeah, this game's just GG. There's no coming back from this. So, game 1's gonna go to Leviathan.
Yeah, because TFLN has some. They had some noticeable holes in their defense, but L86 wanted to do too much in too short a time frame, and so that made a lot of mistakes for them, and so they just died.
Yep.
Because they did have time to try and like gain back caps to try and like peel it back, but they didn't do that. They just rushed in there, and so they died because of it.
And that's death for the Osborne. 990 points. So if we go look at Schmidt's POV, yeah, this game's just over. So Z23 against Fletcher here at the end. I don't think this is going to be, yeah, not enough time to find out a decision in that one. So game 1 goes to TFLN here.
Yeah, that's quite something. They bought all this HP, but just played really, really passively just in the first few minutes, and so LN just got all the caps for free.
And then they had to play super aggressive and then just gave up their lives for nothing.
Yeah, and seeing that they had just point advantage like that, they just felt like they had to push in really quick and hard and fast. And doing that recklessly, it leaves you really vulnerable just to die.
So if we look at this again for a second and everything, just, I mean, that first game, just, I don't want to say prime example of just what went wrong, but when you have your battleships here, here, and here, it's just, you're not applying any pressure whatsoever with that. So, like, I don't even know what this battleship position up here even is for. Like, a Hawk being up there, like, why didn't Hawk get on the cap early necessarily? Because they saw pretty quickly that it was Cleveland, that it was Black, Cleveland, and Vanguard over here. And Vanguard is going to have a rough time lobbing this corner. This back here, not necessarily. I can lob that kind of easily, but here on cap, it's really hard for him to lob that. So, oh, that's not a race. So, it's just, and then the Borodino just basically going in, just doing this routing, I guess, and then Nebraska.
Yeah, that's a crazy pathing for a Borodino, man. That's insane for a Borodino. Like, oh my god.
I don't even know what really to say about that. So, let's take a look. They're all starting to ready up their. Oh crap! Get all the POVs up. No. Okay. Okay. Oh, I guess Schmidt's POV is gone. Cool. So looking at it now.
No way. Wait. So. Whatever. But they learned Atlantico. No way, dude.
TFLN is currently missing a player, I guess. So that's
yeah, it's Schmitty. The POV you said you lost is Schmitty.
Maybe his internet went out or something.
So maybe. But it seems like TFLN is gonna bring the same thing, and it seems for L86 they switch out Nebraska for Solo and took the premium for Edina for Atlantico.
And Atlantico, I mean, it's a tankier ship and everything, but they have to actually do something with that extra HP and tankiness. If they just sit it at the back of the map, it's not going to do anything. If they put it on cap and everything, I'm just concerned that, I mean, Cleveland, Harlem don't have torps. To be fair, Atlantico isn't horrible here because it can get torped out. Just the main issue is if it has to fight against a Harlem, and with no fight fire with fire, that's just asking to be burnt to death. But it does have good tankiness with doesn't what's the name? Doesn't Enrique get Testudo?
No,
No?
I don't believe so. I'm not sure
Let's
actually.
check Gaming Diver real quick. Enrique Fernandez. So if we look, yeah, he does get Testudo. Now, whether he runs Testudo or secondary interest is going to be up to him, but you can get.
I highly doubt he
Mechanic.
picked Studio.
Fair. So we'll see though.
Like you kind of saying earlier, like Atlantico is a good pick, but that is if if he actually pushes when he needs to, or not push like, when it's just simply too late, like he did when he was Borodino.
So at least with Skyline here, swapping out the Osborne, gonna let one of his teammates go in, but we have A.L. Nelson Hawk is what he's gonna be in. So at least for the first little bit of development of this game, I'm gonna just keep on his point of view. Oh, and we put Schmitty on L86.
Yeah, and a map like this, taking early. On a map like this, taking early action is really important, and L86 did not do that, and so they lost because of it.
Okay,
Let's
it
see
looks
if
like
they
they
make up
brought
for it.
Levin Charrier to try to smoke up a Cleveland or something, but I'm concerned that with 3 battleships, this Levin Charrier isn't, its smokes kind of going to be useless, and I mean, maybe they're just going to try to play it for ultra giga stealth, I guess? I don't know, I don't really see the point. Yeah, I don't really see the point.
Yeah, that's true. They could have bought a Fletcher.
Yeah. I don't really see the point of having Charrier here. Unless if they really want those zoning torps to be just a million miles an hour. Oh, here, since I'm actually going to be staying on this POV for a little bit, we'll actually turn on the volume. So here we have the Hawk.
Let's see.
Spawning on C. Here, we'll switch over to Winds POV just for a second, just for us to see. So Winds is going to spawn on B. So we have both sides POV for this one. So we'll be hopping between the two for this first little bit. And it appears that Skyline does not have any audio turned on his stream. Let's see if Winds does. That would be a yes. So Harlem spawns B for Task Force Leviathan, or not B, but spawns A. So he's going to be making his way over here to the B cap. They're probably going to switch move the battleship from A over to C because they had battleship spawn here at B. So a little bit unorthodox spawns here. So it's going to take a little bit of development for TFLN to actually get into the spots that they want to be at here. But
they're moving to Harlem to C.
They moved the Harlem to C, you said?
I mean, yeah, I saw it because they pinned it as like, I think that's for Harlem, and yeah, Harlem is going to where that pin was, which was the island on C.
Ah. So they're putting both cruisers over at C. What are they doing with that battleship in the middle?
Wait, but the cruiser that did spawn C is also
going to that island.
Going there?
Maybe Harlem's going to go over to the flank?
I think that's too much time. I mean, maybe it won't be too bad because, you know, like last time, L86 took too long to start taking action, so...
Maybe they're just playing
maybe they're just
playing really hard for the C side. Maybe LN's playing really hard for the C side and just kind of just gonna have this battleship in DD just kind of delay on B, but I'm not exactly sold. So we'll look at L86 for the moment here. So It appears to be the Osborne against Black in middle here.
By the looks of it, seems the L86 may make the play for B side. Yeah, Hawk is just going really wide, yeah.
Not playing aggressive at all. Doesn't know. I mean, that's probably good for the moment because the fact there is a Harlem just waiting there, just licking his lips. So.
I mean, if they play C side more passively, that means it's really more important that they win B side then, which is an easier flank to make plays on to win than C side.
Yeah.
So I think that's how a lot of strategies might tend to be on this map.
So, Wynn's seeing the Suos here, there's a cruiser here, there's a destroyer that's also between him and the Suo, so he just knows that he's just gotta try to delay and hold here for as long as he can. Okay, we'll turn his audio back on for a little bit.
Wait, that Hawk is kind of pushing in on C. Yeah, he is.
Oh, crap.
He's pushing in. He's pushing you in, Jesus. That's terrible, actually. That's horrible, because he's alone. Mostly alone. It's just him and a DD. He doesn't really have any other backing.
Yeah, because the battleship and DD that are over there on the other side of C just can't really help him here.
So he's kind of on his lonesome doing this. I guess he have his DD, but...
Oh, there's the Fletcher there.
How much up is that, really?
Yeah, Lightning versus Fletcher, that's not exactly great for either of them, really. No hits from the Hawk there on that salvo. Yeah, and they put the Harlem in C. TFLN put the Harlem in C. Interesting. Yeah, and they're having both battleships from TFLN play B, so they have no actual punching power over here other than torpedoes.
And that's a Lightning to having pushing up with Hawk. That's
really bad.
I don't really like that because Lightning is a boat that does really well. Like it's really well when played passively, but aggressively it does bad.
Yeah, Lightning played aggressively is really, really, really not great. So we'll see. It looks like Hawk just wants to sit here and try to. Oh, these torps are really good, actually.
Yeah, I saw that coming. The moment, like, why did Lightning leave his side? Like, he was being the only one to spot torps early on, but then he left it, and so he's getting torp now. Because that was the thing I was worried about. It's like he's really asking torp, but it's like, oh well, Lightning is there at least, so he spot them, and then Lightning leaves his side, and he instantly gets torped.
A little bit of HP, but I mean, he dies as soon as this heal is over. He's perm spotted here for the Cleveland. Cleveland's just absolutely smashing him.
Oh yeah, Cleveland has EOP, dude.
Yeah, Cleveland does have EOP.
Look at him just chunking him.
Yeah, this is rough.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the fire. Yeah, this is death. Okay.
Oh my! He just killed himself. Right? Why?
And because of the fact the Harlem just got to sit there unopposed, they have the cap now. And yeah, this is he even gonna get a salvo off before he dies? Yeah, Cleveland isn't even giving him the salvo. He's like, nope, you just burn out. I'm not even giving you the shot. GG.
You don't deserve my last salvo.
Wow, that was. Wait, Ale.
Oh, that was so bad.
Ale Mont in Cleveland. Okay, interesting. Wait, wins as 4-8 conceal with Fanta with engine boost going with Robin. It looks like
I think L86 is trying to do a better job playing aggressively, but like
this might just be a
they don't know how to play aggressive at all though. It really shows they don't know how to play aggressive like appropriately. Because playing winning games, especially on a map like this, like aggressiveness is how you win the game, but it's like an art form to do so, and these guys do not have it down at all. They're just doing it just for the sake of it. They're doing it very recklessly. As you saw with the Hawk, like and he had no right to play aggressive. He had to play passively and let his flank do the pushing and win their side, but he just pushed in alone and died.
Yeah.
So he just gave his life for nothing. He had to play passively, but he didn't do that. He just pushed straight in and died.
back to take a look
Yeah,
from the
now-
grave of what's going on, and yeah, lightning is.
Yeah, now the Atlantico's pushing in.
Lightning dies here, so lightning's dead. Atlantico's pushing in, on C, and is probably just gonna die. Probably not even trade with Harlem. Probably just die.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Like, the Atlantico pushed like much later after the Hawk died. That doesn't make sense. That's horrible.
Yeah, and Atlantico, as soon as Atlantico's heal goes down, this is probably just gonna be GG. So
It's like there's like no coordination at all among L86 when playing aggressive. Because Hawk just pushing alone died, and then afterwards Atlantico pushed in alone and dies. It's not like at least like they try to coordinate together. There was none. It's just very reckless. Like there's like very little planning at all.
Probably just dies here to Fantask. So we'll go to Wynn's POV and just watch him just clean this up. Yep. And he can just open water the Suo now if he wants to. Or probably just rush him, honestly.
It's kind of crazy. Liam Taylor was kind of playing like that when Suo was leaving him.
Yeah.
Like he's being abandoned by Suo, and Liam Taylor is still playing relatively aggressive.
I'm getting in there.
I'm a fight phantom. I'm a 1v1. I got this, guys. Trust.
I got this, guys. Easy dubs. Oh.
Liam Mateo versus Fanta. Yeah, Liam Mateo's easy win, dude. Get no idea. He's a secret DD killer.
You would not understand. So the weak side for LN still somehow winning because reasons. So, yeah.
Like, this is what I don't understand. Like, they're picking BBs to try and play aggressively, but like, at least one of the BBs don't do well with pushing at all. And when they do try to push in, they do it like so separated from each other. Like, one goes in, dies, and then they send another one in like a bit afterwards back to die themselves.
You're still like one person at a time. Get in there.
It's like a line to execution line.
Like,
I was like, he got killed by the guillotine. I'm next now. Let me get in there. Big line for it.
So Cleveland actually turns out guaranteeing that Fanta's AP is actually going to do something? Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, why? I mean, there's nothing he needs to be prioritizing England against where he wants to go broad to Fanta's AP, so like, why?
He's probably just going to die to Torp now. Because he turned away. Or not, I guess? Or not. Dang. I was wrong.
Well, he probably has sonar on.
And there he goes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah. Alright, so TFLN taking both games there against L86. So we have exactly an hour until the RSFX versus Iola game. So this TFLN versus L86 is going to be maximum points for TFLN for the clean sweep. In this being week 1 of season 3, it's probably going to put them at the top of their league for now, of League 2. So should be pretty interesting, the rest of the games that we get to see today. But I mean, I don't really see a whole lot to even really mention between those games. Here, let me ask Alpha if he wants to do a interview. We'll probably have to switch to a different Discord channel.
Okay. Yeah, still, it's kind of crazy. Like, they played so aggressively in such a senseless manner, and so it's like it's very easily shot down, which Leviathan did precisely that. They shot it down and just killed them. Man.
So, Alpha said sure.
Yay!
KNLN inner chat one. Go to that one.
Okay. Hello.
Hello. Mic check.
Check, check.
I think we have checked the mic. The mic has been successfully checked. And there he is!
Hello. Hello, animal affiliates.
What's up, guys?
So, I mean, first off, congratulations on the first 2 games. Probably going to put you guys at the top of League 2, at least for this first weekend here. With a clean 2-0 sweep against L86. And just overall really well played. Talk us through the games from your perspective.
Game 1, we figured that they were kind of going to do some type of heavy push with BBs. We didn't, we figured that they were going to run some type of BB strat because just that's kind of the, I don't know. It's very popular on Hotspot to run heavy BBs. So it was really just hold the middle. Whoever got placed in whatever spawn, hold the middle, put the Harlem on B, have the Cleveland not touch the cap unless he absolutely needed to, and then just have the DDs basically hold people back on the flanks. I couldn't really see the other side during the first match. The second match, our Harlem actually went the wrong way, but ended up working out in our favor because Atlantico and Hawk both pushed was it C-cap?
So, yeah, over there on the seaside. Yeah, we picked it up immediately and we're like, okay, I don't know why Harlem is going over with Cleveland, and they're putting both
he went the wrong way
on the other side. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, so it kind of worked out because we were like, okay, if they're gonna send 2 BBs up 1 cap, then we can either have 2 BBs fight them, or we can have our DPM and our airdrop ship fight 2 BBs. And I mean, it kind of just split it evenly a little bit. Also, AU just pretty much cooked the entirety of the flank.
I mean, literally, the Hawk just went in and committed suicide. Like, smoke.
Yeah, he cooked, and he got a torp on lightning too. He got in the same spread. Yeah, so he just killed the entirety of the enemy team on the other side. But L86 did really good, man. It was interesting. It was fun. So.
And also, I did have to ask: is Mac running EOP on Cleveland there?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we saw the chunks going into
that was such big chunks, man.
So running
EOP. Yeah. He's running. He's kind of running a funny build. He's running Montpellier, and he was like, "It's got EOP, so I can run it, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's fine." So.
I did see that it was AL mine. I was really questioning.
Yeah,
but...
it was questionable, but hey, man, it worked.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Just hold the middle, keep them from pushing up the mid.
I mean, really, the biggest thing that I saw that didn't go right away was on game 1, Wins playing against the Osborne. He just played way too reckless.
Yeah, he was way too aggressive. Yeah, he called it out in the middle of the match. He said, "I think I messed up. I'm way out of position." So
he played too like the aggressiveness was fine. It was just the fact that he just, as soon as the smoke went out and he just wasn't able to blind fire him. And he was just staying spotted by that Nebraska there and just staying perm spotted for the Osborne, and just he was too worried about his damage output into a blind enemy target versus he was just he just played
and then Schmitty in between game 1 and game 2, Schmitty's entire power, either his power cut off or his internet cut off, so he was playing the second game on a hotspot on a cell phone, and that's why it took. So yeah, so like that's why there was such a long pause between game 1 and game 2, is because like Schmitty was talking and then all of a sudden just nothing, just like flatline. So so he was like, he's like, I'm trying to get my phone internet on. So yeah,
game was too powerful. You had to get nerfed.
So,
I mean, he literally tore. What was it? He torped the. What was that game 1? The Fletcher, or I don't even remember what it was.
Yeah,
I think it's Fletcher. Yeah.
It
Yeah,
was Fletcher.
Both of them.
Yeah, he hit it with a blind torp, with a black blind torp.
we literally called it
So-
immediately as well. We're like, dude, how is Schmitty just like he just zones every DD ever? I don't understand. I don't.
yeah,
understand.
he's really good at zoning, man. I don't know what it is either. He's just got that
Especially
knack,
in
but-
black, man.
especially in black. It's
especially.
like weird boats, man. It's not like the boats you would think. I guess it's not weird boats. He's pretty good at with like Oster and stuff like that too. So,
Yep.
but yeah, man.
But yeah, thanks for
On to
popping in.
game 2. I think we're probably playing base next weekend. So
Yep, sounds good. We're gonna
If you wanna
be stopping the stream here pretty soon, and we'll get the next stream up for the RSFX versus Iolo later.
gotcha.
So,
All right, guys. Well, thanks for casting.
yep, of course, happy to do
Alright.
it.
You're welcome.
See ya.
So, so you heard it here first. AU just grabbed the hawk by the balls and twisted them until they popped right off. So yeah, and all of L86 fell over after that. But yeah, fun one to watch. Especially this being our first live commentary on a little bit of a wider audience. Thank you all for stopping in, and we'll be back live in about 40 minutes or so for the RSFX versus Iola game. So, thank you all for stopping in, and please pop back